Assalamu Aleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Season 1, Book 1, Companions of the Prophet. Today, we're going to continue the story of our new companion, Ikramah Ibn Abi Jahl. Last time when we stopped off, he left Mecca after the siege by the Muslims in hope of escaping because he was on their wanted list to be killed. So his wife sought forgiveness for him to the Prophet, and when the Prophet accepted, she went off to find him. He came back, and this is where we are now. Muhammad, said Ikramah, Hakim has told me you have granted me mercy and necessity. That's right, said the Prophet, you are safe. To what do you invite? Said Ikramah. I invite you to testify there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger, and to establish prayer, to pay the zakah, and to carry out all the other obligations of Islam. By God, responded Ikramah, you have only called to what is true, and you have only commanded that which is good. You lived among us before the start of your mission, then you are the most trustworthy of us in speech and most righteous of us. Stretching forth his hands, he said, I testify there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his servant and messenger. The Prophet then instructed him to say, I call on God and those present to witness that I am a Muslim who was a muhajir and muhajir. And then Ikramah repeated this and then said, I ask you to ask God for forgiveness for me, for all hostility I directed against you, and for whatever insults I expressed in your absence or presence. The Prophet replied with a prayer. I ask you, O Lord, forgive him for all the hostility he directed against me and from all the expeditions he mounted, wishing to put out your light. Forgive him for whatever he has done or said in my presence or absence to dishonor me. The Prophet is asking Allah to forgive Ikramah Ibn Abi Jahl. Ikramah's face beamed with happiness. By God, O Messenger of Allah, I promise that whatever I have spent obstructing the way of God, I shall spend twice as much in his path, and whatever battles I have fought against God's way, I shall fight twice as much in his way. From that day on, Ikramah was committed to the mission of Islam as a brave horseman in the field of battle, and a steadfast worshipper who would spend much time in the mosques, rendering the Quran. Often he would place the Mus'haf on his face and say, the book of my Lord, the word of my Lord, and he would cry from fear. Ikramah remained true to his pledge. Whatever battles the Muslim engaged in hereafter, he participated in them, and he was always in the vanguard of the army. At the Battle of Yarmouk, he plunged into the attack as a thirsty person after cold water on a blistering hot day. In one encounter, in which the Muslims were under heavy attack, Ikramah penetrated deep into the ranks of the Byzantines. Khalid rushed him and said, Don't, Ikramah, your death will be a severe blow to the Muslims. Let's carry on, Khalid, said Ikramah, an apt peak of motivation. He had the privilege of being with the Messenger of God before this. As for myself and my father, we were his bitterest enemies. Leave me now to atone what I have done in the past. I fought the Prophet on many occasions. Shall I now flee from the Byzantines? This shall never be. Calling out to the Muslims, he shouted, "We shall pledge to fight until death." 400 Muslims, including his uncle Al-Harith ibn Hisham and Ayyash ibn Abi Rabi', responded to his call. They plunged into battle and fought heroically without the leadership of Khalid ibn Walid. Their daring attack paved the way for a decisive Muslim victory. When the battle was over, the bodies of 3 wounded Mujahideen lay sprawled on the battleground, and among them was Harith ibn Hisham, Ayyash ibn Abi Rabi'ah, and Ikramah Ibn Abi Jahl. Al-Harith called for water to drink. As he was brought in, Ayyash looked at him, Al-Harith, and said, "Give it to Ayyash." But by the time they got to him, he just had his last breath. When they returned to Al-Harith and Ikramah, they found they passed away too. The companions prayed, "May please be with them all," granted them refreshments from the spring of Kawthar in paradise. Refreshments after which there is no more thirst. That is the end of the story of Ikramah Ibn Abi Jahl. Jazakallah khairan for watching, and I'll see you in the next Sahaba. Assalamu Aleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.